Explorer Gabriele here, and I just wanted to share with you, if you put yourself out there regularly and you maybe are trying to share about your own life, it doesn't even necessarily have to be about, your ministry per se, but the internet is a crazy, crazy place. And you probably know this. If you're watching this video, there is a high likelihood that you have received criticism of some kind for the things that you're sharing online. And maybe you have even been the recipient of negative or mean-spirited or downright ugly comments from people who don't know you. And I'm here to encourage you because I just now got a really negative comment. It was not nice. I didn't know the lady, at least I don't think I know her. And I had to delete it. And I thought to myself, there are probably others that deal with this on a regular basis. And I just want to share my personal tips on what I do, because it's been happening more and more as my channel grows. And I want to invite you to leave me your ideas in the comments below if you have experience with this. I always like to hear wisdom that you've gained along the path. So please share your ideas if they truly work. Okay, so there's a few things I want to point out. Number one, there seems to be a pattern where the person leaving a negative comment doesn't know me and maybe didn't even watch the whole video, so they don't understand any context for what I'm saying. Also, the people tend to come from like a dark angle where it's not really about the idea of what I'm saying, it's an attack on me and my character, or making some kind of assumption of who I am as a person because of something I said that they took out of context. So I think it's really interesting how that works. When that happens, you have to understand that this isn't from God. This is a fiery dart. If it's attacking your character and the person doesn't show interest in the idea that you're espousing and instead are going straight to your heart, then that is something that the enemy is using. Okay, so that's the first point. Recognize that it's not them and it's not about you. It's the enemy at work sending fiery darts. So really important. And what do we do with fiery darts? I use the shield of faith when I encounter fiery darts. I know that my God is with me, and I know that there is a war happening, but I have faith in what God is working in me, and that He'll continue to work in and through me and reveal. He says He'll lead us into all truth. So when I am ready for any new revelation, He personally is going to guide me through it in a really loving way. Okay, and the second point is, don't be afraid of negative feedback. I think we can actually learn from it, but be really careful about how it's coming to you. Again, we don't listen to the enemy. I think about Jesus when He was in the middle, He just came out of praying and fasting, and the enemy tried to tempt Jesus in a number of ways, telling Him like, you can turn these rocks into bread, aren't you hungry? And he used actually some things that could be construed as positive to lead Him into the wrong thing. So I'm saying that because it doesn't even necessarily mean negative feedback only is from the enemy. The enemy can use positive comments and positive reinforcement to actually lead you down the wrong path. So we need to be super careful. Is this mere flattery, or is this really something that's meant to be encouraging to my spirit and uplift me? Remember, the enemy comes as an angel of light, not only throwing fiery darts and seeming evil the way we normally see things, but those positive comments. Always hold everything up to the light of Scripture. Don't let positive comments make you do something that you think would be good. The influence. Look out for the origination and of the comment and the spirit behind the comment. That is my second piece of advice. And my baby's with me down here. My third piece of advice is just remember that Scripture tells us that we're supposed to rebuke our friends in private before we bring rebukes publicly. And if someone is rebuking you publicly, then that means that they must not understand that really important part of Scripture. And so make yourself available. I have my email address on my channel, and if someone really wants to put together a thoughtful, considerate piece of feedback, they could do it that way. So I'm not closed to negative feedback or constructive criticism, I should say, but when it's public, I just delete it because that isn't encouraging. It's not the right way to bring truth to someone. And then if the person truly feels there's something wrong to the point where it's a stumbling block for others, then what they would do is, if I haven't responded in a way that's showing that I care or something like that, or if I'm really going down the wrong path more, then the Bible instructs them to bring a couple more people, and again in private, correct them. So that's really important. So don't feel bad to delete comments that are just tearing you down and not responding to you in a biblical way. It's not biblical to rebuke someone publicly. And I use that for myself on Facebook when I see friends post things that are wrong and stuff. I'm not perfect about it, but I'm trying to get better at it. Okay, so those are my pieces of advice. So just remember, like I said, where it's coming from. Remember, bad and good comments can come from the enemy, and you have to hold them up to the light of truth. And then remember that if someone's rebuking you publicly, it just means that they are misguided, and at the very core of their advice, you really need to just take it with a grain of salt. Someone who truly loves and cares is going to take the time to make sure you understand and do it in a way that doesn't tear you down with your character and stuff like that. Those are my tips for you. I can't wait to see if there are others who have encountered this online. If you can, leave me a comment below. I know there are a lot of you that regularly put yourself out there. We are really concerned about other people and their souls, and so we share, and we may not be perfect in our sharing, but hopefully others can see our hearts. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.